Today, I'm sharing with you my top 9 interview tips and techniques so you can stand out from your competition. I'm Andres Perez, and welcome to Be a Man, where I teach you everything you should know not only to be a competent man, but a confident man. Tip number 1. Have confidence. That is the most important tip that I can give you. And that's why it's tip number 1. Have good posture. Make eye contact. Don't stare them down. You're allowed to blink. Have a good firm handshake. But you don't want it to be too loose. You don't want it to crush their hand. So a good rule of thumb, match their strength. And remember, the interviewer is human. It may actually be their first time interviewing somebody, in which case they may be just as nervous as you are. But in any case, you know you're awesome. You've been through life, you've had your set of challenges, and you've used your God-given talent and learned skills to overcome those challenges. You got this. Tip number 2. Do your research. What's the company's history? How long have they been around? What's their products? What's their services? What are they proud of? Are they a Fortune 500 company? What is their focus? Are they revenue driven? Or are they customer oriented? This information will help you figure out what they're looking for and how to answer their questions. Tip number 3. Practice. There is an abundance of resources out there of the most common questions. So you have no excuse. Now, when it comes to the interview, what they're really looking for are examples. They want to hear your stories. Tell them of a time that you overcame a challenge. And use the CAR method. Challenge, action, result. What was the situation? What did you do? And what was the result of your actions? As you interview for higher positions, this frame is going to be more and more important. So start practicing now. Tip number 4. Print a resume. Now, that should be obvious, but always print a resume, even if it's in the same company you're at. And I wouldn't say just print 1. Print 3, because it's become more and more common that you have more than one interviewer at a time. Usually it's going to be one's asking the question and the other one's taking notes. They may alternate, but also remember to make eye contact with both of them. Tip number 5. Know where the interview is. Now, it is best to take a drive down there so that you know the best route. You want to be there early. I would say be there 10 minutes early. Don't do anything crazy like 30 minutes. It's just doesn't look good on you. 10 minutes is perfect. I once had an interview where it was a jewelry store. And I knew the shopping center. I knew how to get there. But I didn't know exactly where I was at. So, when the interview came, I drove down there and I missed my exit. Well, by the time I turned around and actually found out exactly where it was at, I was late. Tip number 6. First impressions matter. Now, the interviewing process is not only to assess your skills, but also your personality. So smile. They want to know that you're a positive person. They want to know what you bring to the table, not only directly, but indirectly. Your body language should match what you're saying. Make sure it's confident. Don't be nervous. It's an exciting thing, but be confident. And lastly, be aware of your smell. Now, it goes without saying, of course, brush your teeth and take a shower. But what I'm talking about is your cologne. 1 or 2 sprays will do you. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing, so be aware of that. Tip number 7. It's okay to brag. Now, in the interviewing process, it's gonna hurt you to be modest. So, have examples in mind, like I said earlier. But this is your time to shine. They don't know who you are. They only have about that hour to get to know you. So give them your best examples. They want to know that you know what your value is. So by all means, brag away. Tip number 8. Every interview is a new one. But what I'm talking about is nowadays it's common that there's going to be several steps within the interviewing process. So, more than likely, it will start with a pre-interview phone call. Should be very simple. They want to know basically, is the schedule going to work with you? You know, pay okay, yada yada. It's simple. Then it'll be a face-to-face interview. And at times, there's going to be a second face-to-face interview. The first time I went through a multi-step interviewing process, I messed up. See, pre-interview, no problem. The first interview, I killed it. She was very impressed with me. She definitely recommended me for that second interview. However, when it came time to that second interview, I didn't treat it like a new one. I kept from repeating things that I said in the first one, which made my examples, it made it obvious that I wasn't as confident, and needless to say, I did not get the position. So every interviewing step is a new interview. It's a new person. They don't know anything about you. And even if they do, this is the first time that they're hearing it straight from you. So this is your chance to bring your story to life. Tip number 9. Follow up. After the interview, call them. See where they're at with your application. Unfortunately, if you're not selected, you're never going to hear back from them. And that's a waste of your time. Also, send them a thank you email. Make sure that they're still thinking of you. I appreciate you taking the time to meet with me. I'm very excited. Whatever you want to say. Keep it simple, as long as they're still thinking about you. I was asked to make this video, and at first I was reluctant. I didn't feel that I was an expert. I haven't conducted any interviews myself. But I realized I've been through several interviews. I am in the process of moving up in my company, so I currently am working on my interviewing skills. It was a great suggestion. And if you have any other suggestions, share them with me. Bring them on. If it's something I don't know, I'll learn it. I'm Andres Perez, and that has been my top 9 interviewing tips and techniques.